In a crowded city lived a young man named Daniel. He was bright, hard-working, and full of dreams, but life seemed unfair to him. Every time he applied for a job, the answer was the same: "We are not hiring." Every time he tried to join a program, they told him, "You don't have enough experience." He would often sit at night looking at the sky and whisper, "God Almighty, why don't you send me an opportunity? Why does every door seem closed for me?" One evening, after another rejection, Daniel walked home with heavy steps. On the way, he saw a little boy sitting on the sidewalk trying to sell handmade bracelets. The boy's hands were rough, but his eyes shone with determination. Daniel asked, "Why are you here every day? Doesn't it hurt when people ignore you?" The boy smiled and said, "Sir, if I wait for so I made this spot my shop. If no one builds a door for me, I'll draw my own door on the wall and walk through it." The words struck Daniel's heart like lightning. That night he couldn't sleep. He realized he'd been waiting for doors to open instead of building his own. The next morning he took a bold step. He used his small savings to rent a corner in the market. He began offering tutoring to children who couldn't afford expensive schools. At first only 2 students came. Then word spread. Within months his corner became a learning center. Within years Daniel owned a full academy employing others who once struggled like him. He looked back and smiled. "If I had waited, I would still be waiting. But when I created my own opportunity, God Almighty blessed my efforts." Moral: do not sit in silence waiting for life to hand you a chance. God Almighty helps those who rise, move forward, and create their own doors. Every rejection is not the end. It is a sign to build something new.